When it comes to upgrading the stereo in your Volkswagen, there are so many different options. We've got the transporter in the workshop, and in this video, we're going to be fitting the RCD360. These stereos have been around for years. You get them on AliExpress, they're around about £200. There's a link down in the description if you want to check it out. And they give you that look and feel of a factory stereo, but with the added benefit, you get Apple CarPlay. They look and feel like they're genuine Volkswagen equipment, but they're not. This one's made by Lemon Shark. You may see them advertised as No Name, but the RCD 330 or 360 in this case, they're all very much the same. To start with, we've got to remove this factory stereo. Now, we have a couple of bolts under here and a couple of bolts that hold it in, and it comes out really easily. To start with, we've got to remove this panel on the top. To do that, you can give this a good tug. And down here, we've got a couple of Torx bits to remove. We've got one on the top there and one that side. Now we've got a T25, and I mean, I could have used a more appropriate tool. With those loosened off, we can just wind them out. They're not particularly tight. And the good news is, take them out. We've got this tray. We can pop the bits in, pop it on the passenger seat, and we won't lose anything. With those removed, we can remove this panel. Now this will just unclip. It sounds a bit brutal, but it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. And there we go. We've got this light here, which we need to unplug from behind, but everything else, we can just actually just pull it forward a little bit. And you can see that we've got screws here. Someone's been in here before, so we've actually only got two. So that saves half a job, eh? But anyway, we're going to remove these T25, undo that, and with those screws removed, a little wiggle, and then we've just got the plugs on the bottom to disconnect. So the radio connector is just a push on this tab here, and it unclips from there. This, we've got a little tab under here. You give it a squeeze, release that, and then we can just disconnect. There we go. With the factory stereo removed, we're gonna pop in the old Lemon Shark. Now, I'm kind of biased towards these because I've had one in my wife's Tiguan for years. This was an amazing upgrade from the factory stereo because this gives you Apple CarPlay and it retains those factory features. So let's connect this and see how it looks. So to start with, we take the factory connector and we plug it into the back here. And then you can see with that in, we just lock the tab over the top, and that's it. We then connect the radio. One of the things I wasn't expecting is that even though this is kind of a OE style head unit, when it comes to the switched live for this, it doesn't have one. And that's a problem. So that means you need to install a switched live. Now, a lot of people just take it from the cigarette lighter because it's right there. You can also run like a piggyback fuse from the fuse panel that's down there as well. So if you want to buy yourself some of them little piggyback tails, again, get them on Amazon. They're about £7–8. You can install it that way. But just for the purpose of testing this, it's kind of interesting because I thought this should be okay, but clearly it's not. So moving on from that, let's have a look at the rest of the stereo. So we can see that with it installed, it looks like a VW stereo. So we'll turn it on. We've got the radio. We've also got Bluetooth, so you can connect to your phone. You've got a microphone there, so you've got hands-free. You've got app, so that's for you to go to CarPlay or Android Auto. You've got media, so if you've got an SD card in here, or you've got a USB stick in here, you can play whatever's on there. As you can see, there's not a huge amount of features. This thing's party piece is that it looks factory. If you've got the optical parking sensor display on your factory stereo, you'll get it on this as well, and it looks like the Volkswagen one. So as far as it goes, yeah, it's a decent looking little unit. When it comes to the radio, one of the problems it has is it doesn't have RDS. So if you're driving any distance it means that you're possibly going to have to retune your radio to get a better signal. It's not a massive problem, and I'll show you why. Because if we plug this cable in here, and then this end into my iPhone, and we can see that we've got Apple CarPlay. And all the time that I used Apple CarPlay, I used digital radio apps. So you can go through here, you've got different radio apps. Now this relies on you having a mobile signal and probably around 50 to 60 gigabytes a month of data on your data plan. I've always had an unlimited plan, so it's never bothered me. But my wife had about 50 gigabytes on her plan. And again, she did the same in the Tiguan, would just use digital radio apps, and she never went above usually 25, 30 gig a month, including all her web browsing and everything else. So it doesn't use a huge amount of data, but it's certainly something worth considering. And so yeah, you've got Apple CarPlay in your Volkswagen Transporter with a stereo that looks kind of factory. I really like it. Again, like I say, I'm biased. I've used this exact head unit in the Tiguan for a couple of years, and yeah, do you know what, it's brilliant. The hands-free quality again is really good, certainly good enough in a modern car that you don't need to worry about an external microphone. And again, guys, it's CarPlay. I don't really need to I don't really need to talk you through it, do I? It's you know what it is, and it's super responsive as well. It's a good thing about this. I don't know the specs on it. I don't know if it's Android, I don't know if it's Windows CE, I don't know if it has its own crazy operating system. But what I do know is this thing is super quick. It doesn't really hang, it doesn't really freeze, it just works, which is really nice. But it's not wireless, so it means you've got a cable running around. Now, I've seen some people tuck them straight under here and then disappear somewhere else. I've got the Sony double DIN head unit in my T5, and I've actually got a Brodit mount that holds the phone there. And then you've kind of got this cable kind of trailing around. It's not ideal, but it does keep your phone charged up. You've really just got to work out which cable's best, because this coiled thing just, yeah, it gets everywhere. You want one that's going to like either dangle down here, have it a little bit more discreet. Yeah, this cable is not the one. So far, the issues that I can see from this is A, you need to install a switched live. B, it hasn't got RDS radio, which hasn't really been a massive problem for me over the last couple of years. I've ran this particular head unit. And C is that the wired CarPlay aspect of it means you've got a cable hanging right off the front of your dash here. So it's not ideal. But there is a solution. For only a couple of pounds on Amazon, you can get yourself one of these. Now this plugs into the USB socket. It's nice and discreet. And as you can see, even though this is an aftermarket head unit, it recognizes this dongle. And so if I connect my phone to it, it then gives me the option to connect to Apple CarPlay. And there we go. We've got wireless CarPlay on the RCD360. And it's still quick. It's responsive. It works. That is an absolute game changer that I wish I'd known about 3 years ago. That is so much better. I guess the only thing I don't like is that this is upside down. But that's just me picking at things, because this works. This is really good. Yeah, so we've got CarPlay, which it is what it is. And then when I want to get out of CarPlay and adjust the radio, I just press the radio button and I'm back. It couldn't be easier. Sound quality on this, again, absolutely spot on. No different in my experience to the factory unit that it replaced. So all in all, it's a pretty good setup. So what do you think? The RCD360 doesn't have a lot of features, but what it does have, it does very well. So you retain the optical parking sensor display if your vehicle's fitted with that. It looks like an OE head unit in its styling and also its menus, but it also gives you Apple CarPlay. And using the wireless dongle, you can have wireless CarPlay. That means you don't have to have that cable running over the dash. The downsides are, even though it looks and feels very much like a factory stereo, you still have to run in that switched live. Also, it doesn't have RDS. So if you listen to the radio quite a lot, that might be a little bit of a challenge. Like I said, I had this stereo fitted for around 2 to 3 years and it was never really a problem because I use digital radio apps. Is this the stereo for you? Let me know in the comments. Have you been considering one for a while and just haven't taken the plunge, or do you want something with a few more features? Well, if that's the case, why don't you check out this video, which is another stereo we've reviewed in this series.